A paint drip splatters and runs, revealing a series of images. A woman playing violin, then in a bright pink costume, then in a blind skier pinning atop a mountain. The drip finally lands, revealing text in print and braille. Unsightly Opinions.
Hi, welcome to Unsightly Opinions. My name is Tamara. Today, we are going to be doing a hopes and goals for 2023. I thought it would be fitting to stop in, check in, and start the year off right, even though I'm a little bit late. Let's start by talking about what happened on the channel, what we did, what we didn't do, what goals did I have last year that we met, did we exceed, and then talk about what I'm hoping for 2023, both personally and for the channel. As always, I'd love to see what your hopes, goals, resolutions are for the new year. And then, like me, you're going to be able to have a bit of a time capsule and come back next year and see if you actually met all of your goals. Without further ado, let's dive in. 2022 was probably one of the busiest years of my life, and that's saying something. I am a workaholic, and 2022 was no exception. Last year, I said I was going to hope for balance, and I did not achieve that. That's sometimes how it has to be when you're starting companies, when you're running a business. You don't always get to choose when you're working and when you're not. Unfortunately, I was working 16-plus-hour days for most of the year, and I burnt out a few times. You'd probably noticed there were a few times when there were a couple of weeks between videos, or I took a little mini break, but it wasn't because I wasn't interested in doing YouTube. It's literally because I needed to sleep for a few hours. I think I need to get balance stamped on my forehead to remember that it's okay to take breaks, and you don't have to take every single client that comes your way. It's okay to be selective. I'm not in the initial phase of consultancy anymore. I have enough clients to live on, so it's okay to start choosing, because if I don't, then I'm going to be burnt out all the time. So let's see if future Tamara is able to keep that in mind. Let's talk about what I did in 2022. As many of you may or may not be aware, I wear a lot of different hats to try and make sure that I can juggle all of the things that I want to do in life. I have been lecturing, consulting, guest speaking, doing advocacy work. That's just one small piece. I started a company and an LLC, which is now working to try and subsidize accessible information, resources, technology, so that people can access them for low cost. It started with the cards, but it is rapidly expanding. I already have another product that I'm selling, which is the To-Do Drive. You might have seen that in some of my other wheelchair videos. And I'm actively discussing with other manufacturers to see what I can do in terms of bringing those costs down, which is amazing. I also work as a massage therapist. I'm not actively taking new clients at this point, but I still have a few clients that I see regularly. I teach music. I wrote and released 3 books last year. And I finally did a few live performances as a musician, which I haven't done in several years at this point because of the pandemic. So in short, 2022 was my growth year. It was the year where I really started building the foundation for what I hope to do in the future, which is accessibility and consultancy. As far as the channel was concerned, we met and exceeded my expectations. I was hoping we'd hit 2,000, and I thought if I was being really adventurous, we'd hit 2,500 by the end of the year. We met and exceeded that. We're well over 2,500 subscribers now, which is mind-boggling to me. I can't even imagine what that would look like in a single space. So thank you all for that. I am so glad to have so many new, happy, wonderful faces watching all of the content. It really makes it feel worthwhile for me. We also reached monetization on the channel, which is a huge goal. Not that I want to make a huge amount of money off YouTube, but it's nice that YouTube isn't making all of the money for ads that they're showing you anyways. We started doing shorts and released 22 shorts. We did 33 long-form videos, which is a lot. We did the very first sponsored video, well, sort of. They sent me the product to review, which was really cool. We did vlogs, we did some true unsightly opinions, we talked about blind tech, adapting your home, we did some collabs. I mean, it was a great year all around. I also started using TikTok. If you're on TikTok, I am Unsightly Opinions. Same over there as over here if you want to check it out. I really stretched my boundaries as a private person, and I shared some of the more vulnerable thoughts and feelings and things I've been going through, which was incredibly validating and cathartic, and I'm so glad I did. So here are my goals for 2023, and I'm going to start this by not making them hard and fast rules or deadlines, but merely guidelines to live by. I can be very black and white, so we're going to cut ourselves some slack if things don't go exactly to plan. That's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is I am going to have 1 full rest day per week. And I'm going to aim for that to be on Sundays. So that means I'm not going to answer emails, I'm not going to pick up the phone, I'm not going to write, I'm not going to do anything that's considered work. Whether that's filming, editing, consultancy, none of it. And I am going to enjoy some of my self-care activities, whether it's sewing or hobbies or going swimming or doing something that I want to do. I would like to finish my book series completely and release the last 5 books. That's a very tall ask. And if you're curious about why I keep mentioning books, I will fill you in. That's going to need a whole video all to itself, but it's very exciting. It's all accessible content, and I'm hoping you're going to love it as much as I do. I would like to start every day with 15 minutes as I'm waking up of directed meditation and goal setting, so I set myself up on the right track at the start of the day. Or if I miss that, spend 15 minutes at the end of the day reflecting, because I think that really helps put things in perspective, and when I don't do that, I tend to get overwhelmed. I would like to have better sleep hygiene, so putting the phone away an hour before bed, really being able to unwind, not checking emails obsessively till 2 in the morning. I would like to either have 10 new consultancy accounts or bring in 10 new manufacturers of accessible goods that I can release to the public for minimal cost. So I'm still working on the sunglasses and accessible clothing line. There were a couple of hiccups, so that's being pushed down a little bit, but I promise you it is still being worked on. But I'm also in discussions with a variety of manufacturers, so it might be something else entirely, whether it's digital magnifiers, braille products. I'm not sure what's going to hit and land first. This is a huge one for me that I've been working on for over a decade at this point, and I'm not sure it's going to be possible, but I'm going to really try. I would like to put a down payment on a house. It's not going to be a big house, it's not going to be a perfect house, but I would like to start having my money work for me rather than renting. It's a little bit better time in the market to buy right now, and I'm very much on the low end of the market, but I would like to have something to start building some equity, and more importantly, I would like to have a space that is accessible to me at every level. When you're in a rental property, there's some things you can't change, and if I own a place, I can do whatever I want to it to make it exactly what I need it to be. So I'm hoping that's going to be an option. I would also like to mention that for the last year or 2, I have been working on a new Braille music code that is a little more straightforward for those UEB Braille readers out there, and I would like to release a free translator for it. So that's something that I'm hoping comes to fruition. I would like to, and this is a huge one for me, ask for help when I need it and not feel guilty about it. That's a bad one for me, where I feel like if I'm asking for something, it means that I've failed or I'm not independent enough. Everybody asks for help. It's not unrealistic to need help with something from time to time, so I'm going to work on asking when I need things rather than trying and getting frustrated over and over and over again. Channel goals. Here's where things get fun. I like to make a sub-prediction for the year. So last year was 2,000 with a stretch to 2,500. Let's make our goal to double. We're gonna hit 5,000 subscribers this year. That's a tall ask. And if something really miraculous happens, I'd say 7,000. We'll see. I would like to continue to explore how best to create good content. So that means better thumbnails, trying to introduce more visual elements, which isn't very natural for me, but I know a lot of the people who are watching have some functional vision or are fully sighted, so trying to visually engage and make things more entertaining for them, whilst not detracting from the accessibility that I will not compromise on in terms of accessible storytelling for the members who have no functional vision. I would like to do more creative projects and kind of stretch the bounds of what we do on this channel a little bit. We are mostly edutainment or educational based with some vlogs thrown in. I'd like to stretch that a little bit and share some of my own creative projects with you. Let me know if you're strictly opposed to that. I absolutely welcome your feedback. Maybe talking a little bit about music, which is something that I haven't done on this channel yet. I keep saying I'm going to, and then it doesn't quite happen, but I have something actually planned now, so it's going to happen. I'd like to do 2 collabs with new creators this year. And I am going to aim for 1 long form video a week, releasing on Wednesday or Thursday, and 2 shorts releasing either Monday, Tuesday, or Saturday, Sunday. We're gonna see if I can be organized enough to do that. So what do I have planned for upcoming content this year? You've been asking for more voiceover tutorials. That is absolutely happening. The next one is going to be on file management and word processing. Then we're going to talk about web navigation and email, and then more advanced techniques. So I have at least 3 videos coming out there. I am going to do some voiceover tutorials for phone. I have more guide dog content, so care routine, how she works with me, that's all planned out. I have more makeup content because you've been asking, how do you do eyeliner? How do you do that? So we're gonna figure that out together. I would definitely like to do some more free ILS lessons. For those of you who don't know, that's independent living skills. So cooking, cleaning, how to computer and life and jobs and consulting videos, because I've seen a lot of interest in that. So if there's specific topics you would like to see, let me know down below. And finally, I know there's a lot of folks who really want to start YouTube channels, so I am going to break it down for you step by step, take you through what that looks like, and I'm going to tell you exactly what YouTube pays me, why, where, when, and how, which is, I think it's going to be illuminating for some folks because I'm going to show you how many hours I put in and what I get out of it. And most importantly, I want to hear from you. I want to hear your goals. I want to know what content you want to see. If there's topics we haven't explored, do you have anything that you're dying to know about me, my life, how to with blindness, how to with disabilities? Everything's on the table. That's all I've got for you for now. If you need more content, check out last year's hopes and resolutions video if you haven't seen it already. It'll be interesting to see how my style of presenting has changed a lot in a year. I think it's kind of fun to revisit those videos and kind of see how we grow and develop over time. So that will be linked in the description down below. If you want the first voiceover tutorial, that will also be linked in the description down below, and you can click it on either side of my face right now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.